Good morning together. My name is Robert Halas. I'm responsible for the BMW iX5 hydrogen project by BMW. Um, Today I would like to explain our rationale, um, why we pursue the hydrogen technology, as well as shown your own newest vehicle and our technology. Um, the future will be electric, using the electricity produced from renewable sources will be key for fighting climate change, but it's one technology really enough to achieve at all. That's like, on our view, standing on one leg, not very stable. We are convinced that an additional energy carrier will be needed in a decarbonized future. So I have, yeah, it works. Um, Hydrogen is the most likely candidate to be this second technology, the second leg, so to speak. Walking on these two legs will help us along the path towards climate neutrality. Are we the only ones who think like that? You see, not by a long shot. You see it on the chart. Just look at what has happened in the last few months. As you know, many countries have hydrogen strategies, roadmaps, and so on. We welcome, for example, these activities for of the European Commission and the member states to set up a concrete pipeline of projects along the entire value chain. So building the green hydrogen economy will be done in a synchronized way, matching supply and demand. When you look at the decarbonation strategies and studies worldwide, there's an important role for green hydrogen. The reasons are simple. Hydrogen can be transported over long distances. This enables import of renewable energy. This is important, for example, for many countries, bringing the sun from Australia to Japan or Korea, or the wind from Norway to Central Europe, by example. Transport can be done by ship or by pipeline, just like natural gas. So some of the existing infrastructure can be reused. Hydrogen can also be stored over long periods of times. That can help us to bring the sun, for example, from summer to winter. So last but not least, hydrogen can be decarbonized application which cannot be electrified. In the transport sector, it is currently mainly commercial vehicles that are increasingly relying on hydrogen propulsion because the batteries required for these cars or other these are simply too large, the batteries, and too heavy. We at BMW, we act very customer oriented and see that there might also be benefit in the passenger sector, transport sector, in the cars. Our job is to offer each and every customer his individual mobility he needs. Hydrogen cars powered by fuel cells are electric vehicles too. The only difference is that the energy is stored as hydrogen instead of the electricity. And the main advantage is for the customer that the hydrogen can be refilled in just 3 to 4 minutes. The future can be important for some of our customers. Customers who travel a lot or who need a lot of flexibility or who simply don't have easy access to electric charging. We at BMW thinking globally here, and the conditions are very different in the various markets in Europe, America, South Korea, or Japan, or China. But we also want to make it clear, it is important to note that we see fuel cell vehicles as a complement to our electric powertrain portfolio and not as a competition to BEVs. However, there are still many hurdles that need to be removed to make the fuel cell electric vehicle cars attractive for our customers. This can be the costs, and the cost has to be significantly reduced, and that filling station networks are created. That will be necessary for the customers. Currently, the price for the hydrogen at the filling stations, it's still too high, actually. We hope it will be decreased significantly in the next years to less than €5 per kilogram. When building a hydrogen station network, it should be available to all applications, and it should have easy access. For passenger cars, there is a global refueling standard. In Germany, there is one single payment system. This makes a very practical. This makes it for very practical for the customers, and it will be great to roll out this system of the whole European countries. To sum it all up, for us, BMW, there is more than one technology answer of the challenges of climate change. We see a hydrogen economy in the making in several countries. We are convinced that fuel cell electric vehicles can help on the path toward climate neutrality. Often the public debate is reduced to poor well-to-wheel efficiency. But when you consider the whole life cycle and calculate the so-called cradle-to-grave footprint, the studies shows both technologies come out rather equal. Offering more than one choice to each customer can also speed up the transition because individual needs are better met. Of course, as with all of our other powertrains, we work hard on the whole value chain, costs and so on. There are still some hurdles to be cleared. So at BMW, we have a long history and competence in hydrogen, and fuel cell technology goes back 40 years. In the recent past, you probably remember the BMW Hydrogen 7, which had a hydrogen combustion engine and liquid hydrogen tank system. So actually our experience with liquid hydrogen helps us to enable and make the decision that gaseous hydrogen storage in combination with the fuel cell electric system is the most feasible way forward the hydrogen mobility in passenger cars. On the right side, you see the BMW EX5 hydrogen, and we have the combination with the Toyota start in the cooperation in 2013. So we presented our actually project at the EIA in Munich in September. You said it. We received a lot of encouragement from the media, from the politicians, and mostly from the public. We most was the comment of a visitor. I was on the EIA and present the car, who said, if you want to change people's behavior and you want to change everyone's behavior, then you would make different offers instead only prescribing only one solution. That what you learn in every change management seminar, but it's the way that we think we make in other combustions with the BEVs and the electric fuel cell electric vehicles. At BMW, we have a holistic and comprehensive sustainability strategy. Sustainability has been on the top of our agenda for a long time. We have already put several great and trending setting electric models on the market. By 2030, we accept at least 50% of our global sales to consist of fully electric vehicles. And on the long term, we do see an important role of hydrogen vehicles to complement our portfolio of zero-emission cars. Our second leg, I said, to stand in the decarbonized future. The hydrogen fuel cell powertrain now is part of the BMW I brand, so it calls out the BMX5 hydrogen. The energy is just stored at the hydrogen. So next chart. When we set out to engineer our second generation of hydrogen vehicles, our main target was to develop a zero-emission powertrain, which enables the driving pleasure you all know from our BMW products. And I can promise you that's exactly what we achieved. The road testing has just started a few months ago. This year we have done winter testing in Sweden and the summer testing in southern France. And 2 months ago, some of our vehicles are used at the shuttles on the Blue Lane here in Munich on the EAA. And starting the end of next year, we will produce a small fleet of these vehicles for more testing and showcase purposes. So the heart of it all is the world's most powerful passenger vehicle, full cell system. Located in the engine compartment, the full cell is able to deliver 125 kilowatt, that are 170 horsepower electric power, and that's the most benefit continuously. In combination with a high power battery, we achieve a total of 275 kilowatt to ensure BMW typical driving pleasures in all situations. It will explain the details later. I will explain the details later on the next charts, and it will explain the technology to you. Here you see some several design elements in the interior and in the exterior. I show you the typical I brand difference, like the blue colors inside. And here, for example, the 20-inch aerodynamic tires made of sustainable rubber by Pirelli. The rims feature specific design elements and the individually designed air intakes in the front. And our all-new BMW kidney are produced by 3D printing. So the main advantage for of a hydrogen powertrain is the fast refueling. Filling up the hydrogen tanks only takes 3 to 4 minutes, and the process to fill it up is very similar to gassing up the conventional vehicles like the ICE powertrain. So there are no limits on using the BMW EX5 hydrogen for long distances with just a few short stops in between. So now we talked about why we do this at BMW, and we talked about the car, and now let's talk about the technical details. Here you see what is inside the car, the whole powertrain, engineering compartment. In the engine compartment in the front, we have the full cell, which generates up to the 225 kilowatt. of power to drive the vehicle and to make the maximum speed. It will be enough for the normal German or Europe motorways for crossing the Alps, for trailer and so on. And in the tunnel area, in the middle of the car, we have in the tunnel and under the V-seats the two tank systems with almost round about 6 kilogram of hydrogen, which allows us a range around about 500 to 550 kilometers. And the electric motor is taken directly from our other electric cars, like the EX in the back of the car. And on the top from the electric motor is our high voltage battery that stores the electricity recovered during normally by braking or services at the boost during the acceleration. And at it all, typical BMW driving experience dynamics with in some 275 kilowatts in all situations. So that was my presentation of the actual project from BMW, the BMW iX5 hydrogen. At the end of the next year, we will start the production of a small series, I said, and so you can look forward to the BMW X5 hydrogen, fully electric, with the driving pleasure you can know from BMW, emission-free. Only stream comes out of the back and filled up in 3 to 4 minutes. Thank you for your attention. So I look forward for your questions.